All right, it's your boy Crypto Blood, aka Red Nugent. I'm back at you. We gotta take a look at a couple videos and some comments. I love looking at the comments. The comments tell you more on these videos than anything else. You get a better pulse on what's going on. So I like to highlight comments when going through these videos with you. Just a better, more organic way to gauge what's really going on. First of all, when you go search for this is crazy. Look at this right here, ladies and gents. You search $750 for hurricane victims, and what do you get right away? Thank you, YouTube. Trying to mold and shape the narrative as always. Independent fact check, they say here. Right? Okay. Newsweek. Newsweek ain't all that bad. I will have to say that. I don't have a problem too much with Newsweek. And in this article, it says, now the funny thing is, if I go back over here, claim Kamala Harris only offered Hurricane Helene victims $750, rating needs context. Is it true or not? Did she say she was offering $750 or not? You should have said, yes, she did say that. And in addition to that, she did say she was offering tens of thousands more for home repairs. But I got another video for you. I'll get into the details about what's going on in Florida and some of the fraud that's going on in insurance claims on homes. I'm not too confident in how many tens of thousands people are going to get. We shall see. A lot of people didn't have flood insurance. That is a separate insurance. This whole fraud of an insurance industry, but you need flood insurance as a separate policy on your home. You don't get that by default. So how many of these people, and we're talking specifically in North Carolina, but what about Florida? What about all up and through North Carolina, west side of the state of North Carolina, Georgia? FEMA ain't got no money, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, round of applause for me breaking that news to you. FEMA has no money, but yet we got $175 billion to give to Ukraine, or we have given to Ukraine, not including what we've given to Israel, not including what we've given to Taiwan. Something has to change here, ladies and gentlemen. But again, they're coming out the gate with the fact checks. And I'm hearing, by the way, I see in this article, this fact check article from Newsweek, 200 people have died. I'm hearing thousands have died, actually. A lot more than they're currently reporting. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. They don't want to really give the number too soon because, again, everything has to do with politics. Everything has to do with the elections. They got to make old Sleepy Joe look as good as he can behind the wheel until the election process. So here in this Newsweek article, it says that the Democratic presidential candidate mentioned the money during a speech, sparking outrage from those on the right who say it was all she offered to those impacted by the disaster. Blah, blah, blah. Outrage on the right over the $750 remark came after claims that other FEMA grants for communities dealing with an influx of migrants could be used in the Helene relief effort. So with the article, finally, you had to dig deep and far to find it. She also outlined additional long-term emergency funding being made available, saying that FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair. Man, people's homes have been washed. I saw homes surfing down the road. There's no home repairs. These people need homes rebuilt, and tens of thousands ain't gonna do it. It goes on to say to help them cover deductibles when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. Again, I just told you, most of these people don't have flood insurance because this is an area that you would have never thought you would have needed flood insurance. The Biden administration, it says, already dispersed over $10 million in flexible, quote unquote, and upfront assistance to the states affected, FEMA said in a press release. And we're going to look at a FEMA representative talk to this lady on another YouTube channel here in a second. But, they got this statement that $750 is all they're getting as, quote unquote, needs context. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. Like, when has there ever been a negative post against the left that the meter got all the way over here to true? I would love to know. Somebody find me an article from Newsweek and Newsweek usually is decent. They're not, fully Trump deranged syndrome, but I'm just saying, like, come on, ladies and gents. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that really quickly, but listen to this lady here down in North Carolina, Asheville to be specific.
Western North Carolina, specifically my home of Asheville, North Carolina. A couple of days ago, we sent our U.S. disaster relief team to Florida ahead of Hurricane Helene. The last thing that I expected was for this storm to head north and impact this mountainous region in which I live the way that it did. It's been heartbreaking. It's record-breaking flooding. There were down trees, down power lines, so many people couldn't get out. So we couldn't get a hold of emergency officials, police officers, firefighters. Most people are without power, without water. It's really hard to get resources. I'm happy to know that our international disaster relief team is headed this way to provide much needed resources.
International disaster relief team. She didn't say our government. No, this is a private organization going down to help. Kamala Obama went down there and passed out food as a photo op on October 3rd. And when did this happen? 5 days ago? 6 days ago? Why so long? It's mind-blowing. And I don't think Biden has even gone down there because he is really incapacitated. He has no business being the president, and the 25th Amendment should have been invoked a long time ago. Anyway.
Resources in this time of devastation. And I've seen firsthand what our team can do. My biggest prayer is that you all continue to support us so that we can help more people. To figure out how you can help us, please go to ob.org, visit our social media websites, and we'll continue to keep you updated. Thank you.
So you take a look at the comments. I told you the meat and potatoes are in the comments. Look at this one from Cynthia Williams. God bless you and everyone that is there. I pray that God will continue to hold you close to him and provide you what you need. I'm sorry this government has abandoned you. You are in my prayers daily. And look at this one here. Look at this one. Where is our president? He should get as close to you as possible. ASAP. We can only pray. I'm so sorry for your people and our fellow citizens. Heartbreaking. Then someone says, just like Maui, you're getting a minimum relief as far as funding. It's sad, man. And I totally forgot about Maui. Maui's another example. Like, when are we going to wake up? When are we going to say enough is enough, American people? When?
Force-like response, knowing that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity. But also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online. And I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and then the process should take hold. FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair, to be able to cover a deductible when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs.
Again, tens of thousands of dollars is vague. It's not going to help people. Most of these people's homes are beyond repair. Like, what are you guys going to do? FEMA is broke. This is why they can only give $750. This is why they only gave what they gave out in Maui. They're broke. Let's come to the rescue again, taxpayers. All our money has gone over to Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen. Enough is enough. You have to start, again, I said this in the last video, you have to start voting with your dollars. And that means stop giving money to the federal government, because they don't deserve it. They just simply don't deserve it. That view right there is actually from Georgia. Yeah, in Atlanta. You guys might not be able to see. I saw this clip. That was from an Atlanta neighborhood. So this goes far and wide. This goes past North Carolina, the west side of the state. I'm going to sit back and watch and see where this money comes from. Oh, I know where it's going to come from. It's going to be printed, ladies and gentlemen. And the printing of money only dilutes your wealth. It's slow. It's elusive. You don't see it right away. This is how they steal your wealth. This is how a broke nation does a wealth transfer from you, the middle class, to them. Federal government, #1 employer in the United States. It's a damn shame.
Thank you.
You could just tell she's not it. Ain't got the it factor, ladies and gentlemen. She doesn't have the leadership abilities. You can just see right through her. It's feebleness. It's weakness. It's no strength in her leadership when she's at that podium. It just, and those who are voting for her because she's black, y'all are just whack, man. I'm telling you, man. It just is not going to work on the world stage. How is she going to negotiate with Putin? How? Tell me she's going to be able to negotiate with Putin. Not going to happen. Tell me she's going to be able to negotiate with Xi. Not going to happen. Anyway, let me show you. We talked about insurance. Well, this is what's going on with the insurance situation in Florida real quick. I just wanted to show you this because this is from Anthony Bourdaino's YouTube channel. He's always talking about what's going on with Florida and across the country in regards to real estate. Check this out.
There's mold in different places, and they're still living in this house and paying $4,000 a year in insurance premiums to Heritage Insurance, the same insurance company that is fraudulently gypping them out of several $100,000 right now. And 60 Minutes has covered that they have talked to multiple different insurance adjusters who have all been pressured by insurance companies to commit the same type of fraud. Sometimes the insurance companies will tell these adjusters directly to artificially lower these cost estimates for repairs of the property. In fact, take a look at this screenshot I took from the video, and you guys can see by how much this is happening. It is unbelievable. The total amount of claim and the total amount of money that people would be owed based on the original claims adjuster coming out to the house, in some cases $488,000, $239,000, $237,000. Yeah. Well, that $488,000, once it gets sent to the insurance company, got adjusted down to a little over 13 grand. The $239,000, only $3,400, guys. These payouts are being reduced in the magnitude of over 98%. And
that's pretty much nothing. You're getting almost nothing. So this is what's been going on. And you got lawyers starting to sue insurance companies and taking this to the state level because these adjusters, the actual adjustment, they'll go out and do the assessment of the home and give you one number, like he was talking about the couple that had $230,000 worth of damages, and they came back and gave them $15,000. $15,000. What are you supposed to do with that? They end up coming home with like $7,000, $8,000 after paying the adjuster company and all these other fees. $7,000 after the adjuster came out and showed them and showed the insurance company that they needed over $200,000 worth of repairs. This is happening over and over again. It's probably going to happen more as these insurance companies go belly up. Is that the next black swan? Are we going to be bailing out not AIG, but these home insurance companies? Is that what's going to happen? Residential real estate insurance companies. Is that what's going to happen? We got 2 more hurricanes coming. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We got 2 more hurricanes coming. Man, this may be a recipe for disaster. We skated by the port strike. Thank God. Don't know how that got punted till January. They just wanted to punt it until after the election and then let Trump, if he wins, deal with all of that. And he would. I don't even think he's going to get in office, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is what's going on with these insurance companies in Florida. And it's happening in other states as well, I'm hearing. They are giving you 98% less than what you are owed on the damages from your home. It's almost worth not even paying home insurance, but you have to. And that's what, in this scenario with this particular case, they continue to pay the insurance company because they had a mortgage and they had to pay the insurance company. If not, then they could get foreclosed on. So absolute travesty what's going on here in America. We best to wake up. And lastly, just want to show you guys this interview that Lisa Remillard did with a FEMA representative. Check this out really quickly.
To try and put their lives back together. So how is the federal government going to help these folks? Joining me to talk all about it is Jacqueline Rothenberg from FEMA. Jacqueline, hello.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for lending your platform to us to help us get the word out. We want to reach as many people as possible.
And I can understand why. I've covered a lot of hurricanes in my career, and Hurricane Helene really did a number on lots of states. So I know you were just on the ground. My question is, for people that aren't physically there, we only see the pictures and the videos, what is it really like when you go to these areas?
First of all, my heart goes out to everyone who was impacted by Hurricane Helene. As you said, I was on the ground with Administrator Criswell in Florida and Georgia before returning to our headquarters in Washington, D.C. This has been a devastating incident across multiple states. We have people of Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Everyone is feeling these impacts. And so what I want people to know is that FEMA is on the ground and here to help. We have 4,500 federal personnel, including 1,000 FEMA personnel that are on the ground here to help you.
But I just want to really emphasize the fact that a lot of these folks are now like cut off.
To the contrary, she's saying that they've got lots of people on the ground. But is that really true? If you go look at the comments below this video, you will see here, this person said, I'm a firefighter paramedic in Florida. FEMA has not done nothing for its residents. Our last meeting, aka the huddle, they called it, was very blunt about telling us there was no money in the system, even though they were funded more this year than ever before. A majority of their staff and resources were in cities, listen to this, that illegal immigrants or migrants were thickest. This isn't speculation or bullshit. This came out of the horse's mouth. The young lady even told us that $750 wasn't even as much as illegals get per month for housing. That's why we need to vote. Use your gas money to pick up anyone that you can to vote legally and take them to the damn voting sites. Thankfully, in Florida, we have resources that have more recovery and restoration along with the federal government's help. Unfortunately, Americans don't have the same rights to federal funds as illegals do, even though we pay the taxes that funds FEMA. Whoop-de-doo. Look at that. Insane. So he's saying essentially all of the resources for FEMA are in these migrant cities. They've been moved there. So it's like, what does FEMA do now? Do you take those people that were in the migrant cities and move them down to North Carolina and Florida and Georgia and then let shit just really get out of hand in those cities in New York, Chicago, and cities like San Francisco on the West Coast? This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you take socialism and actually implement it. Sounds good on paper, but it never works in reality.
Off from the world. There's roads up to their homes that have been washed away. There's, in some cases, no power and no communication still. So what is FEMA doing to get that emergency stuff back up and running?
Sure. So FEMA is actively working to restore communications across multiple states. I can say that right now there are over 60 Starlight systems that have been sent to North Carolina where we have major communications challenges. Administrator Criswell directed the agency.
By the way, those Starlink communication systems, why she didn't give credit to Trump, I have no clue. Oh, I know why, because she works for the Biden administration. She can't be real. She has to be political. Trump was the one that said, hey, we need to get Starlinks down there. Talk to Elon. Boom, boom, bam, bam, slam. Got him down there. Where is our president? Where is our vice president? She's out here talking with her hands in word salad formation and saying and doing absolutely nothing. Do not vote for her. Do not vote for her. It's ridiculous. They're using your money. They're using your money. So when you use other people's money, you don't care as much. You don't care to have the fiduciary responsibility, right? There is none with the United States government. They just take your money and pretty much do whatever they want with it. Money launder it over in Ukraine. It's out of control. And this is both left and right. Again, I have to push that point home. This is both left and right. Republicans and Democrats. Trump, of course, is trying to change that. He wants to definitely change that. That's why he's been 2 attempted assassinations, drugged through all the judicial systems where, you know, he's not favorable, and all sorts of things. Even when he was in office, look how many impeachments he had. You have to think about, why is the attack so hard on a person that they say is no good for you and is not efficient? No, they would be doing the opposite. They wouldn't be paying him any attention, but they do, because they know he will actually try to change things this last 4 years. He's going to really try to drain the swamp, and didn't do that in the first 4 years, I think, because he saw he was in over his head and they were hitting him with so many other things, and he was trying to run the country. The man is only one person. So this go around, he ain't got nothing else to run for because he can't run again. I think he's going to put the pressure on him. He's going to put the pressure on him big time. And they're going to do all they can to not allow him to get in office again. I think they're actually going to succeed. I don't think Donald Trump is going to make it. I don't think he is going to be elected this coming November 5th. They did it in 2020. Why wouldn't they, with the stakes higher more than ever? Why wouldn't they do it in 2024? They most certainly will steal the election, and Kamala Harris will be your president. And good for them. I actually want that to be the case. So they can't blame Trump for the shit that's about to happen in 2025 and beyond. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Link in the description for JumpX if you guys want to join over there. Great promos right now. You can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana and all these other coins with no transaction fees, no trading fees right now on jumpx.com. Link again is in the description below. You also got Bloodalytics if you guys are active traders who want to get an edge over the markets in the crypto game. Check that out as well. And until next time, that's my 2 Satoshis. I'm out of here, people. Holla.
Yo, it's Crypto Blood, Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what the show indicators are on point. OG since 12, invested in trade, living life.